Hello students, this is a humble attempt by me to educate the students on the major happenings in business this week. This is my top picks for the week starting from September 23rd to 29th, 2013. The first one which catch my attention was Smithfield's agreement to take over China's Shuanghui. Smithfield Foods shareholders approved the takeover by China's Shuanghui on Tuesday, September 24, 2013. The 7.1 billion purchase the pork giant by Shanghai International, which include 4.5 billion in cash or $34 a share for the Smithfield. It includes Smithfield, including the Smithfield debt, the deal comes to about $7.1 billion. They are now very close to this deal. More than 96% of the votes were cast in favor of purchase by Chinese meat processors company. This actually represents 76% of the shares outstanding in favor of purchase by Shuanghui International. Executives with Smithfield have promoted the deal as a way for the U.S. pork farmers to tap into the growing meat market in Asian countries, while Washington lawmakers have expressed concerns that the Chinese company could squeeze U.S. pork supply as the meat gets exported overseas. Another argument against the deal was that it creates food safety concerns in the U.S. that have affected the Chinese companies, including Shuanghui, the company which is now close to finalizing the deal with Smithfield Goods. You can also read more about this deal by going to USA Today, and the news heading is Smithfield shareholders okay 4.7 billion sale to China firm. Second top news which catch my attention was actually regarding the stock market. So now let us look at what happened at stock market last week. As you may know, the government will soon reaching its borrowing limit, or we call it debt ceiling, and if Congress does not raise that limit, the government will not be able to pay its bills. Even though the effect is still not noticed to the expected extent, as investors are monitoring the discussions in Washington, three main indexes, Standard & Poor's 500 stock index, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and Nasdaq Composite were 1.1% lower. Republicans are demanding that any increase must result in expenditure cuts of an equal amount. President Obama is demanding a debt limit increase with no conditions attached. Even international trade indexes shows a similar trend. Japan's Nikkei 225 index fell 0.8% to close at 14,620.53 points, while South Korea's Kospi Coil lost 0.5% to close at 1998.06. While Australia's S&P or ASX 200 advanced 0.8% to 5275.90 points. Hong Kong's Hang Seng bucked the trend, rising 0.1% to 23,209.63 points on the heels of the data showing improvement in mainland's China economy. So you would love to read this news in detail to know more about what happened in stock market. The third news third topic for this week is actually comes under the category of mergers and acquisitions. PayPal agrees to acquire Braintree for $800 million. In the field of mergers and acquisitions, I think PayPal acquiring Braintree, a Chicago-based startup founded in 2007 for $800 million, will certainly deserve some attention. This deal includes $800 million in cash. Braintree has about 4,000 merchants using its service. Their platform is helping the processing of payments of Airbnb, TaskRabbit, and Uber. Sanjay Sakrani, an analyst at Keefe, Bryan Woods, cited three major reasons for the hefty sum for the acquisition. One, eBay will have greater access to current and prospective clients of Braintree, especially with the fast-growing startups. It is important to note that mobile apps that power much of the business of Braintree is important one for PayPal too. Second, the deal has enabled PayPal to get into traction with the end customers, where PayPal was difficult to find attraction in. Third and final point is that Braintree has superior application programming interfaces, or APIs, which control how different software interacts with each other, which can help in attracting software developers to a platform. It makes better business sense to buy Braintree and quickly adopt its APIs or application programming interfaces than developing their own by PayPal. The eBay CEO, John Danahy, feels that BuildReady and his team from Braintree would add complementary talent and technology that will help accelerate PayPal's global leadership in mobile payments. This deal is unique in another aspect, that Braintree will continue to operate as a separate service complementing each other, with its management teams and employees expected to stay in place within the PayPal under CEO, that is present CEO BuildReady, who will then report to PayPal's president David Marcus. So why this is important? There are three things. Most of the things are complementary and they are not disturbing Braintree's management. And also the third one is they are tapping into customer segments which they were not able to tap earlier. So it's altogether possibly a better deal for PayPal. The next one is something with restaurants. I thought that we already discussed about stock market and mergers and acquisitions, and even now it's a turn to restaurants. This may be interesting to you because actually it's with regard to McDonald's. With taste growing healthier, McDonald's aims to adapt its menu. So when you talk about adaptation to new business environment, otherwise you will go out of business, right? We have to constantly adapt to the new business environment. I think top executives in McDonald's did understand the same. They are planning to make changes in the menu of company's top 20 markets, which contributes to 85% of the sales. Adaptation to new markets is not new to McDonald's. As we can see, they have introduced Pizza McPho, Macaloo Tiki Burger, and McCurry Pan in India. This new announcement was made in conjunction with Clinton Foundation's campaign to reduce childhood obesity. This is a part of McDonald's efforts to compete for health-conscious customers, maybe to attract few of the loyal patrons of Subway or Panera Bread by featuring food choices that are lower in fat, salt, or sugar content than its more traditional burger and fries options. So finally, McDonald's is thinking healthy. The final news which actually attracted my attention was one which is useful to you. On the money, for some people, a path to student loan forgiveness. I know that many of you have taken student loans. So finally, I would like to end this week's top business picks with student loan forgiveness programs. There are several ones. One is the public service program. The program works like this. Anyone who makes 120 on-time monthly payments towards their student loans and works in a qualifying job for 10 years can apply to have their remaining balance being forgiven. I shall repeat. So anyone who makes 120 on-time monthly payments towards their student loans and works in a qualifying job for 10 years, they will have their remaining balance forgiven. The amount of loans forgiven is not taxed under current tax law. So the next type of program is income-based repayment. Under this program, borrowers can qualify for reduced monthly payments, and after 25 years, the remaining balance is forgiven. It's important to note that the forgiven amount is taxed as income, which means that you will likely have to pay some to the IRS that is lower than the amount forgiven. And pay-as-you-earn program plan is the next one. Borrowers can apply to have their monthly payments reduced, and after 20 years of payments, the balance is forgiven. Any forgiven amounts are taxed as income. This program is for those with high level of federal student loans compared to their income and who took out their first federal loan after October 1, 2007. With that, I would like to sign off for this week. Have a great week. Bye.